Welcome back again to Joe Stunner Boxing. How are you doing? Thought I'd do a quick video on the Gary Russell Jr. Mark Magsayo fight, which took place last night. If you're in America, in the early hours of the morning. If you're in the UK, 23rd of January. That would have been if you're in the UK, 22nd if you're in America. But it was a minor shock, wasn't it? But you see, I'm annoyed about this fight because I kind of thought Magsayo would win, which he did on points, majority decision. 114 was one card, 115, 113 were the other two cards. I had a hunch about this fight. I thought Magsayo might do it, but I didn't put any money on it, which is always really annoying. But yeah, good to me. They were perfectly good cards. I thought this was a very, very close fight. Magsayo edged it, could have gone either way. If you're saying to me you had it 115, 113 either way, I haven't got a problem. A draw would have been fine. But it was one of those fights that held your attention without being thrilling. And the reason it held your attention was because there was very clearly an injury to Gary Russell Jr. He came into the fight as the WBC champion, featherweight champion, but he also came into the fight with a shoulder injury. His right shoulder is a southpaw, so that's his jab in hand. And when the opening bell went, immediately you got the impression this was going to be, power versus finesse. Magsayo instantly looked heavier handed, and Russell looking to move and jab and counter. But the injury played a big part. Was very, very evident in, I think, the fourth round when he was really showing out. The doctor spoke to him anyway, looked at the shoulder, spoke to Russell between rounds, between the fourth and the fifth, I think it was, and the fight continued. And Russell, to his credit, got to the end and lost a very, very close fight, which he insists he won easily. He didn't win easily. But it's hard to believe if he didn't have two good hands, he wouldn't have won this fight. And it was just a very, very close, absorbing, without being thrilling sort of fight. Now, Magsayo, my impression was that he kind of made this heavier work than it should have been. Because with the injury, you would think that he would have jumped all over Russell, emphasised that injury, taken advantage of that injury. Maybe got in close, wrestled him, thrown a lot more punches than he did. He didn't throw that many punches, Magsayo. And he didn't really vary his work much. He didn't punch to the body enough. There were lots of periods of inactivity. It was really quite a strange thing. And Freddie Roach in the corner of Magsayo wanted him to move forward, wanted him to be more aggressive. But Magsayo just seemed slightly reticent. I don't know whether it was lack of experience. Magsayo had been active in 2021. He'd had two fights. Julio Sejo was one. I can't remember the other guy offhand. But two decision victories. Magsayo had experience over the 12-round distance, but Russell hadn't fought since February 2020, so nearly 2 years out of the ring. And that's kind of why I thought he might be there for the taking. He's 33 now. Magsayo was 26, so he's coming into his prime, whereas you're thinking, well, maybe Russell, especially with inactivity, has gone over the hump a bit. He's on the downside. I don't know. I don't really think that's the case. Russell almost, he tried to outman Magsayo with the injury. His right hand was hanging very, very low. He was really sharp, countering a lot with the left hand, moving around the ring a lot. But he was allowed to do that by huge portions of inactivity from Magsayo, who kind of followed him around and threatened to throw big, enormous individual punches, threw the occasional combination, but was missing an awful lot. Russell used the ring very, very well, good ring generalship, and almost outmanned the younger guy. Russell's 33, Magsayo 26, big difference in age. Also, Magsayo is listed, I think, at 5'6". Russell was 5'4" and a bit, but they looked to be a bigger height difference. I think because Russell was dipping low and trying to, stay on the outside and fire in the odd counter. And he almost outmanned the younger man, the younger guy, So with two hands, I think Russell would have won this fight. But he was limited in his tactics. Magsayo didn't appear to have any great tactical game plan. Roach, as we know, as a trainer, is that he favours aggression. He likes his fighters to be very aggressive, and didn't. I don't know. He didn't say a lot between rounds. Maybe he did, and it just wasn't broadcast. I don't know, but I would have thought he would have said to his fighter, you know, you've got to go after him, even if you've got to wrestle him, even if you've got to, you know, get in close, rough him up a bit, make it awkward for him. There wasn't enough of that going on. And again, I repeat, you know, no body work. Magsayo should have tried to slow Russell down with some body work. You got 36 minutes to get your job, you know, to get your work done. And after 6 rounds, you know, you could certainly think that Russell was ahead, but again, these were close rounds, very, very close rounds. Russell said after the fight he thought he'd won easily. He didn't. He didn't win easily. If he won at all, again, I wouldn't have complained with a draw. But the shoulder hampered Russell Jr. and Magsayo's the champ, the new WBC featherweight champion. Good luck to the kid. Rematch is probably going to happen, presumably with a fit Russell. He may well need surgery on that shoulder. But it wasn't a bad fight. It wasn't a bad fight. Just as an aside, it's hard to believe, and who'd have thought in 2022 Gary Russell Jr. would be an ex-champion and Kiko Martinez would be a featherweight champion with the IBF. It's just funny how these things work out in boxing. But yeah, you know, yeah, there'll probably be a rematch, and a fit Gary Russell Jr. I think would outbox Mark Magsayo. But good luck to the kid. The Philippines has got another world champ. And yeah, not a bad fight. Did you see it? If so, what were your thoughts? Leave your comments below. If you're new to this channel, you could subscribe. You know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. Trying to build the channel up, you know, get some more subscribers. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button. And yeah, thanks for listening. You have a good one. I will speak again soon. Bye for now.